Hello traders, welcome to Trade Devils Indicators. My name is Erwin and today I want to show you one of our latest indicators, the crazy TMA Band scalper. But before we do that, just a quick reminder. You can find us at tradedevilsindicators.com, where you can find all our indicators and trading packages. Also, I would like to draw your attention to our new Discord server. We just opened a Discord server. If you click on this link here, you will see the video which describes how to get in, what you can expect. So if you are interested in it and you want to join and talk with me and other traders, then feel free to join. It's basically a free Discord. We do charge like $1 a year just to keep the spammers and the bots out. So yeah, for $1 a year you can join and meet me and all the other traders who are our indicators. So with that said, let's go back to the new indicator, which is the TMA Bands scalper. You can see it here on our chart. Now, for those of you who never heard of the TMA Bands, I discovered it like 2 years ago, I think. I was impressed because, yeah, if you just look at this chart, it looks amazing, right? I mean, it catches every top, every bottom, every top, every bottom. So you would say, well, I just buy here and I sell there, and I buy here and I sell there, and I buy here, and life is easy and I make money, right? Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that is not that simple, right? Because the TMA bands are a little bit of repainting. And if you don't know repainting means that the last couple of bars can change. Now hold on before you run away, because we have fixed this. So stay with us, but I would like to explain you and be honest with you. So let's explain how this works. So you see these nice bands, and they are just beautiful. They're following price, very nice, right? So, but like I said, the bands itself, they repaint. So if you look at this part, you can see it becoming a lighter color here and a lighter color there, and that's the part which is still let's say open for discussion. So from here, from this bar till the to the live bar, that part can change. So now this line is going like up, but it could also mean that a few bars later this line is going down. That could be, and that makes it a bit of pity, because yeah, these bands look very nice, but if things are changing in the on the right end where you trade, then they are not very useful, right? And that's true. The normal bands, TMA bands, have this limitation. So we did a lot of research and development and tried many things to find a way to make use of these bands without this repainting stuff, because that's not what you want. And we came up with a pretty good solution, I think. What you see on the screen is that the bands itself, so the lines itself, they will still repaint. Yeah. So this upper line and this lower line may change from this point, right? It means from this point forward, these lines may change. But the sell and the buy signals won't change. They will never change. So those are plotted the moment they appear, and they will never change. That's the beauty of this system. We take the bands and we say, well, okay, if they now look at like this, there might be a little bit of variation between them, like here. So we use the bands in conjunction with a couple of other algorithms to determine what's the most probable place for the next buy or the next sell. So even though these bands are changing on the right edge, our algorithm is calculating and predicting where the next buy and sell will be. And it's very good in doing this actually. Won't say that it's perfect, because nothing is perfect, right? I mean, clearly here it predicted a buy signal, and in this case, well, there was a little bit of a reaction, but not much. I mean, this would probably be either a loser or a break-even trade. This one is better, but this one is of course perfect. And the same goes with this one, perfect. And this one is also perfect. So the algorithm we invented to predict the buy-sell signals based on these repainting lines is doing a pretty good job. But it's not perfect, but nothing is in trading, right? There will always be losers. As long as overall the system is profitable, you should be fine. Now, I did choose the Renko bars here for a reason, because this system works the best with Renko bars, because Renko filters out a lot of noise. And you can see that in the signals, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you cannot use it on a time-based chart like I have here. This is a 1 minute time-based chart. It still works. You can see a nice sell here, buy here, sell here, buy there, sell here, buy there. I mean, it still works, but it works much better, in my opinion, on a Renko bar chart. So that's why I choose a Renko bar chart here. Now, the problem with Renko bars is always, how big should you make your Renko bar? I mean, if I go to my settings, we can change the brick size and the threshold to anything we like. So what do you choose? That's where I use our Renko bars. Our Renko bars come with a Renko bar brick size calculator, which tell you which Renko bar brick size to use. And that will be different for any market, and sometimes also depending on how volatile the market is, it will change. So that's the big advantage of our Renko bars. And if you want to know more about our Renko bars, you can find them in the backtestable Renko and Uni Renko suite, which you can find on the indicators. There we explain a lot more about our version of the Renko bars and the brick size calculator and etc. etc. But yeah, you can use any bar type and any Renko you like. I just like to use ours, which of course is logical, right? So, like I said, best is to use Renko bars. You have to figure out the correct Renko bar brick size, and then you end up at something like this, which looks amazing. Just looking at the chart itself, if you understand that all the buy-sell signals are not repainting and plotted in real time, you can see that there are pretty good and bigger wins to head and small losers. But the question is, of course, is it profitable? Well, first thing, I didn't handpick this chart, right? I mean, this is just the latest chart I have available, and if you scroll back, you can see, well, here we have a nice sell, here we have a nice buy. Again, this would be a loser, but here we have a nice buy, again a nice sell here. So it's not like I handpicked some example. It's just the last data I have available, but that doesn't tell you much about how good the system is. So to how you say it, determine if the system is really profitable, let's use Bloodhound, right? In case you don't know Bloodhound, it allows us to easily create strategies and entries, and I like to use it to verify that something is really good or not. So in the next step, I added Bloodhound, and you can see the Bloodhound logic here. It's pretty simple. It's just a comparison of the TMA bands with some fixed values. And in case you want to play with this Bloodhound template, you can just go to, let me find it. It should be in the scalper. There is the scalper. should be on the product page under Bloodhound here. You can find the template yourself. So if you have Bloodhound and you would like to play with it, then you can download it. Of course, you need the indicator as well. So for that we offer a free trial of all our indicators. So if you go to the free trial here and you read how to get it, you can just sign up and get a 7-day free trial of all our indicators, including the TMA Bands scalper. So here we have now Bloodhound, and you can see it's plotting the racing stripes for all the sells and all the buys. So that's step one. Next step would be to check whether this is actually a profitable system, because just highlighting the buy and sells is nice, but the indicator already did that, right? So Bloodhound is not adding something yet. Sadly, Bloodhound doesn't allow you to place virtual trades and see how the statistics would be. So that's why, let me change the cursor again, because that would be easier for your eyes. So that's why we created another indicator. And now you don't have to buy it, but I just want to show you so you know to find the info in case you're interested. We created this trade statistics indicator for Bloodhound, and we've talked about it before. It's an add-on for a Bloodhound, which allows you to place virtual trades and verify how good your entries and your strategies are. So if you go to the next step, you can see that I added the Bloodhound statistics indicator right here. And if you go to the settings, you can see, well, we use the TMA Bands Bloodhound template with the logic. And for the stop loss, I just use the candle low or high, depending on a short or a long. And for the target, I'm using a risk to reward of 2. So 2 times the risk should be my target. And when you add that to your chart, then the indicator will place all virtual trades based on these Bloodhound signals. And you can see, for example, if we, again, let me change the cursor. If we look at, let me change the cursor, right? If you look at this one, for example, Bloodhound detected a buy signal here. At the close of this bar, we open the trade. Our stop goes below the candle low. And a risk to reward here of 2 to 1. So our risk is 23 and our target would be in this case 46. And this would be a winner. Here's the next one, a sell. In this case the stop goes above the candle, and a 2 to 1, again a winner. Here we have a small loser, and there we have a winner again, small loser, and well, the list goes on and on. You can see that it trades every single setup, and it counts all the profit and losses made, and you can see the statistics right here in the left top. And you can see in total it traded 434 trades over 19 days, which is correct because I loaded like 20 days of data. And during those times it made $13,000 of profit. Note that this is with commissions calculated. So it's here it says also the commissions are $1,700. It has a win ratio of well, almost 40%, which is quite good for a 2 to 1 risk reward, and a profit factor of 1.2 almost. Of course, if you go for 1 to 1 risk, the win ratio will go up, and if you go for 3 to 1, then the win ratio go down. That's it's connected to each other. But yeah, overall a pretty good system, I think. You can also see that the biggest loss made was just $300. So you get small losers, and well, the biggest win would be twice as much, around $600. So all in all, this system seems to do quite good. And yeah, it's just a very simple, like I said, very simple comparison. For in Bloodhound, I didn't add any special logic like only trade during the regular trading hours or have a daily loss limit or a daily profit limit. You can experiment with all of that. I mean, the Bloodhound statistics indicator has a lot of settings you can change, and with session filters, daily profit filters, you name it. But I decided just to do a simple test and see where it goes. And that already looks very good. Now, about the settings of the indicator. So let's go back to the clean chart. And let me explain a little bit about the settings of the indicator. The first one we have here is the ATR. The bands of the TMA are using a ATR internally. So you can choose the ATR period and the ATR multiplier. And the multiplier will determine how wide the bands are. And the period will determine how many bars it will use to calculate the ATR. Now, if you make the bands too wide, then you can expect, of course, that there will be less trading because price won't. For example, if I put the multiplier, let's say at 2.5, you can see that in this case a lot of trades are disappearing because the bands get wider and price is not coming near the bands. And if you make the ATR period smaller, the multiplier smaller, then you will get more trades. So you get more. In general, I think 2 is very good, and I would not change it at the start. I would suggest using the default settings, but just so you know, the multiplier is used to widen or shrink the bands. So then we come to the half length, and the half length is basically the part which repaints the bands. So here you can see the half length. Let me go back. The half length is set to is it 20, which is like here 20 bars from here to here. Again, just to remind one, only these lines repaint. The signals won't repaint; those will stay real. Now, if you make the half length smaller or bigger, let's make it smaller. Do the half. You will see that the length will shorten. So now we have only this part. I'll change it. Only this part now repainting, but it also becomes more responsive, right? It follows price better, more bigly than with, for example, 20, like you see here. And of course, if you make it bigger, it smoothens out the bands even more. But the repainting part also gets, of course, a little bit longer. So that's up to you what you would like to choose. Again, for the buy-sell signals, it doesn't matter because those are always fixed. It's just for the bands itself. So let's keep that back to 20. Well, next setting, you can choose or hide the signals in case you want to. And the last setting here is the percentage. And the percentage is just one of the factors we use to determine if there is a trade or not. Like I said in the beginning, we spend a lot of time predicting where the next sell or buy would be based on the bands, but also on a lot of other factors. And one of the factors is the width or the range of the bands. So if you take this entire range, so like here, then if price comes near the upper or near the lower band, we will start looking for the next setup. And the percentage over here, the percentage here, indicates the percentage price should be near the band. So in this case, it's allowed to deviate 10% from the upper or lower band. And yeah, you can change that if you want to have more wiggle room. You could put it to 20% or more. I wouldn't put it too high because you get a lot of small false signals. I think 10% is pretty good. But yeah, it indicates how far price can be from the upper or lower band to consider a sell or buy signal. Then we have some coloring things, and finally we have the option to enable alerts. If you enable that, we will generate an audible alert when a buy or sell signal occurs, so you don't have to watch the screen all the time. And the alerts, of course, pop up in the NinjaTrader alerts window, where you can use them for all kind of other purposes. And finally, we have the different plots, and the signal one, which I was using in the Bloodhound template for the buy and sell signals. And that's basically the settings so far. So just to recap, the bands, they repaint, but the buy-sell signals don't repaint, and those can be used for real trading. We looked at how to integrate it with Bloodhound. We even did a quick backtest to show you how profitable it can be. And of course you can use it also from the Ninja Script strategy builder or your own Ninja Script strategies, or just trade it manually, right? I mean, you can perfectly trade this manually as well. And that, I think, will be all I had to say about this indicator. Again, if you are interested, then go to our website. You can find it under indicators and scroll down this. And if you like to try it, then just sign up for a free trial and you get 7 days to test each of our indicators. And please note that the free trial is per indicator, so you get 7 days for each indicator. So you don't have to test them all in 7 days, right? You can decide in your own time which one you want to test, when. But when you're going to test an indicator, then you have 7 days for that particular indicator. Now, if after testing you decide, well, it's something you like, then of course you can either choose to buy it, but we also have the option to lease it. And I see that for this version I have to enable leasing, but if you go to one of our other indicators, you can see that we also have the lease to buy option there enabled. So I will enable it after this video. Now, last, if you want to meet and greet and talk with us and other traders, then don't forget the Discord. I would love to see you in there. For now, I think it's time to say goodbye. So thank you for your attention, and hope to see you soon in the Discord. Bye bye.